Yeah, here, if I can share my screen now, I'll show you.
I will have to have some of my children come over and show me how to do it, right?
Yeah. Well, I just go down here to this little folder.
Yeah, I don't have that little folder on my Zoom.
No, it's not on Zoom. It's on your computer.
Oh, it's the Windows folder?
The Windows folder.
Yes. And then where do you
over
go?
here to documents. Over to Zoom. Yep.
Thank you.
Yay.
I can do that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cool. Well, say, Craig, do we have that already? If we gave you our email and you signed us up, I have the Google Docs that I use for the testing, the little practice.
Yes, that's true. There you go. Thanks, Vaughn.
Good idea.
Okay, so when you click on the link that we're going to put into the Vox, when you go to it, go ahead and change. So mine is not mine is Denver. Oh, it automatically updated for me. So that's nice. So good. So it probably will automatically update for you. Click on calendar. Now you have 1 week of stuff to put in here. We're only looking for the common days. So we're not putting the whole summer in here. What you'll do is go through each day on Mondays. What days are you most convenient for you? So for me, Monday, this date, this date, this date. And if I click twice, it gives me like a secondary one. So like these aren't as good, but I can make them work. And then leave blank anything that's not gonna work for you.
You're referring to times now, right?
Times, yep. So at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, that works great for me. 10 to 11 works great. 11 to 12 works great. 12 to 1, I'm eating, but I can make it work. 1 to 2, I'm sleeping and napping, and I can make that work though. If I had to, I can give up my nap. 2 to 3, I'm taking my walk, but I could watch while I'm walking. So not perfect, but I can do it. So that's what these ones are. So just click a second time. And then just do one for, just do as many times as you are available. And then whichever ones line up the best, that's what time the class will be.
So
I'll put the link back in the chat for those who came just now.
Telling you, if you guys say something like midnight, I'm gonna have to rethink it.
Yeah, we didn't give you that option.
Oh, good.
We said till 9.
Oh, good. Okay.
So the green arrow is good, and the yellow arrow is
I can make it work.
Good.
You make it work.
Okay.
So, and a blank. So, Craig, a blank means unavailable.
I'm not available at that time.
So it's a poll. You're doing a poll.
Yep. Ashley, would you say anything else with that?
Yeah, really quick. You have to enter your name at the top so that we know whose answers are whose. And then on the bottom, you can send it and we'll be able to see everyone's result.
And I send it by clicking here when I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Carol's got a question.
And where do we,
Carol, go ahead.
I just got logged in and I'm just wondering, do you want us to do that right now, or you're going to email this to us or send us the link?
If you can do it right now, it'd be better, but I will put the link in Voxer as well.
so do you want us to put our time zone right next to our name, or is there another spot I'm not seeing?
I think the time zone shows up here. It'll tell you, it'll switch to your time zone. So you just leave it the way it is. You don't need to do anything special with that. Julia.
So I would be interested in doing summer classes, but I would have to miss 3 weeks when I go to sleepaway camp. So would these videos be uploaded to YouTube where I could like watch them if I signed up for classes?
Yep, they sure would. If you signed up for class, you would get access to the videos. They will be made private.
Okay, thank you. Because we're gonna try and make it work. So.
Yay, Julia.
Yay, I know, right? How could we miss Julia?
No, Julia, forget it.
I quit. If Julia's not doing it, I'm not doing it. Tanya, go ahead.
I clicked on the link and it takes me to the Doodle Doc, but it also, are you still hearing me? Because it took me to that other screen. And it does bring up the, America, Los Angeles area for me, but I can't, do I have to, did you say create doc?
Nope, you want
Create
to say click on calendar. You want to click on that calendar. Instead of where it says table, click calendar. It's right,
Oh, gotcha.
right. There it is. Yep.
Gotcha.
So table's the
That works.
default. Table's the default, Craig. They have to click on calendar.
That's right.
And so
And then
it's
type
just
your
telling
name.
me that I have to, it says to log in, so I don't have.
Don't log in. You
Don't
no
log in.
need to log in. Nope.
Okay,
Just one final question. There's 3 links here. Which one should we
They're
click
all the
on?
same. They're all the same link. Just if you came in late, you don't see any of the chat that came in before. So I keep reposting it. So for people who came in after you did.
Pick a link, any link.
Pick a link, any link.
I already posted the link in Voxer. If you guys just want to do it later, you can do it then too.
Good job,
Oh, thank
Ashley.
you. And now you were saying that the times would appear in our time zone, but above it, it says all the times are in Denver Mountain Time.
Are
Mine
you in
showed
Denver
Chicago.
Mountain Time?
No, I'm in Chicago.
Mine showed
Okay,
Chicago when I opened it, Kim.
So when you go in, it'll read your computer. It'll read what time zone you're in on your computer, so it'll be fine.
Okay, great. Thanks.
All right.
And
Any other
the
questions?
days, just one, the days would be still between Monday and Thursday, not Fridays, correct? Or is it Friday also?
Looks like Friday's on there as well.
Okay.
So if you don't want to do Fridays, just leave it blank.
Gotcha.
Friday's date night. So I put no way after. Well, I could probably make it work from 5 to 6, but I'm not going out from 6 to 8. No way. That's date night. I got a date with my honey.
Nice.
You said it'll be starting about the 25th, right?
Yeah, this week, the week that comes up on the calendar, that's the week we'll start.
Could be the 24th.
No, it's just to get the day of the week and the time. The date will start on the 25th.
Gotcha.
Okay, so my thing is school doesn't let out for the summer till June. So like I would be a lot more open after June than I would be the week of the 25th.
So just enter it as if it's the following week for you. That's what I would do, since it's 1 week later.
And if we are incredibly flexible, should we just not fill it out at all?
No, fill it out all the spots.
All the spots. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And is there I got some baby brain today. Is there when do we need to do this?
Soon. Just, let's see. We'll compile it. Next week. We'll compile it next week. So when the baby's taking a nap, make sure you do that when they're feeding. So make sure
Okay. Yeah, I
Make
wish
sure
we
you
could say that we're
regiment
not
your
organized,
baby.
but it's okay.
We just want to get all the results so that we can have a final time before you guys are done with your class. So then you guys have all the info you need before you're even done.
Ashley, I have a question. I filled it out yesterday and sent it in, but mine is the opposite. I'm never a person that does things right. So mine only put down the times when I can do it. Instead of when I'm, do you want me to do it?
If you did this yesterday, do it one more time.
All right. Okay.
We had to change a few things. So, and just make sure that you click when you can go to class.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna go. I have to go today. Vaughn gets to teach the class again because I'm gonna go help Blaine in his workshop. So Vaughn.
Craig.
Oh, I know. It's hurting my heart. For one time, Peter came to my class. And I was so looking forward to talking with Peter. Peter, Vaughn must have boxed Peter and said, hey, I'm teaching, not Craig. You better show up.
He didn't. Sorry, man. I was looking forward to being in your class.
Oh, man. I know you're just saying that. But
I've seen you on YouTube a lot, though.
I've got a surprise for Peter today. He's gonna see my surprise.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh,
Un
Excellent.
secreto.
Bye, you
Don't
guys.
tell him a secreto.
Mi secreto.
Is Ginger coming to class?
Un momento. Es un secreto. Okay. Oh, good. He stopped sharing his screen. Okay. Perfect. Hola, clase.
Hola.
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 Okay, there we go. Share screen.
Hola, Tessa and Ashley. My sweet. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So I'm curious. First of all, you guys, you've been doing these classes for a while. As a learner, what's your preferred number of times to do a mute, describe the situation?
a lot.
3 or 4.
Put your fingers up. Put your fingers up.
I said 3 or 4. I was like,
What is your preferred number of times for what?
Preferred number of times to do a mute, describe the situation. I just want to see. So a lot.
A lot.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to put my timer on. Tanya, you're going to be my help. You're going to be my helper. First of all, everybody's my helper. If I speak too fast, if you just feel like I'm speaking too fast, this doesn't help me as much. It might. I mean, I don't know I'll definitely see what are they called? When you go to the reaction, go to the reaction, because then it's fixed.
Ah.
I don't even care what you do in the reaction. Do what's in those reactions.
you have to go to participants on my screen and then you raise your hand, you say yes, no, go slower, go faster.
Is there a go slower on there?
Yes, go slower, go faster.
So just do go slower if you feel like I'm speaking too fast.
And there's also a reactions button, like next to the record button, which is next to the share screen. And there's like a clap, a thumbs up, and different. So you could also do that.
Perfect. Then Tanya, I'm going to give you a specific job. If you personally feel like I'm going too fast, you're a good barometer for the class. I want you to stop me.
Okay.
Okay, will you do it?
You bet.
Okay,
Absolutely.
perfect. Excelente. Okay, muy bien. Okay, here we go. Who'd like to be our first reader today? Tessa. I'm sorry, Teresa, I meant.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
Teresa's hand. Tessa, Teresa, those are close. Teresa.
Okay. There was a girl that was called Ginger, that called herself Ginger. Ginger lived in Baltimore, Maryland. Before she lived in Baltimore, she lived in South Dakota. She lived in where she lived in.
Yeah, this is tricky.
When she lived in South Dakota, it was a secret, or where she lived in South Dakota was a secret?
Living in South Dakota. Living.
Was her secret.
Yeah.
Okay. Living in South Dakota was her secret. Kim didn't know her secret. Neither did Joe know it. Tanya did not know the secret. Neither did I know. The only person, there was only one person in the class. There was only one person that knew Ginger's secret. That was Peter. Peter was a secret police and knew many secrets. It's simply incredible.
Okay, muy bien. Excelente. Evie, your hand was up. Go ahead.
Joe lived in Dallas, lives in Dallas now. Before he lived in Dallas, he lived in Hawaii. Living in Hawaii was his secret. It's obvious that he liked living in Hawaii. All the people of the class do not know the secret of Joe except for one person. I do not know. Pam, neither did Pam know. Lauren did not know the secret. Neither did Yon Lee. Wait a minute, that's the best. I looked that up.
That might be new. Otra vez. Do you guys know what that means?
Otra vez. Yeah. Wait a minute, I've lost my spot.
Again?
Is it other than?
Again.
Other
again.
than, thank you.
Another
Thank you.
time. Once again.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, it's just another time. In English, we say once again or just again.
Okay. Once again, Peter knew the secret of Joe. Joe was not happy because Peter knew his secret. He was a big conflict.
Good job, Evie. Fantastico. Julia, your hand's been up. Julia, finish this off. There's not much more.
Okay. Joe says to Peter, Peter, I have an important secret. Please do not tell my secret to other people. Peter says to him, oh yes, your secret is my secret. I understand. What does dime mean?
Dime. Who knows dime?
Tell me.
Tell me, dime. Tell me.
Tell me your secret, Joe. Joe tells him his secret, but Peter tells the secret to everyone in the Spanish class. Now it is not a secret. There is a conflict between poor Joe. It's a good idea to not tell important secrets to secret police officers. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Policía secreto. Okay, preguntas en español?
So dime is a command, is
Yes,
the command mode?
It's a command, dime.
Okay.
Yep.
And also no digas instead of no dices.
It's a negative command.
Okay.
No,
No digas?
no digas. No digas is the negative command. So you say no digas. And the affirmative command is dime.
So is that the
Now this imperative form, what we call the command form.
What if you said, okay, digas, don't tell
me your secret.
Okay, never mind.
No digas, don't tell. Marie and then Vivian. I don't know if you have your questions. Marie?
So if you're talking to someone, why wouldn't you say, like, you tell me, like, me digas?
Because it's an affirmative command. An affirmative.
Okay, so when it's like you're telling someone to do something, then you say it differently.
Correct. In Spanish, you do. Yep. You say it differently. Yep.
Is D like already a form used somewhere else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very seldomly used. Here's one of the few times you're going to see it. Dime, tell me. There's Vivian, your hand was up. Do you still have a question?
I guess me dices, is that a different thing?
Me dices, yeah. If you and I are talking, oh, Vivian, tú me dices que tú estás contenta. You tell me you're happy. Oh, Vivian, tú me. So it's just it's not a command.
Okay.
Vivian, you tell me you're having a good day. Tú me dices que, yeah. So that's common.
So the equivalent in English would be that we take off the you. We just say tell me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. In English, this is really simple. In Spanish, there's complexity here because it's a command. Tell me, dime, don't tell, no digas. In English, we don't do that. We use the same words. Kim and then Malia.
So is the me, is like tell me?
Yeah.
Is that going to be the way it is? Is that consistent with other verbs, or is that special for one where you're saying tell me?
The me means me. Talk to me. Háblame. Me is me. Yes. That's consistent. Malia?
So do all of these words, like all these verbs, have affirmative and negative endings to them? Like,
yeah, but most of them are easy. Like this di, which means tell, that one's weird. Like if I want to say talk to me, it's háblame. It's the same as the third person singular. Most of them are just the third person singular. Háblame.
so then in that case, the negative wouldn't be a different ending or a different word.
The negative is different.
Oh, it is different.
No me
Is that
hables. It changes to an E. Don't talk to me. No me hables. So one letter difference.
And is that true across the board, like with all verbs? Is there going to have an affirmative and a negative?
All of them. Yep.
Okay,
only in this command form, which isn't used a lot, but it's used some.
I don't know, like, because being a mom, I feel like I'm always using it.
As a mom, you got to know it. You're going to use it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, you guys you just have to hear it. It's kind of weird, and you'll just hear it, and it's going to start to sound right to your brain. So
hablar is an es, hables, no hables.
Yep. Don't talk. No hables.
No hables. Is it different for er and ir verbs? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it's going to change to an a. Don't eat that food. No comas.
Like ia. Or
the time you told me not to eat the ravioli.
Okay.
Don't eat the
I mean,
ravioli.
I know that's a different yeah, I gotcha.
So I looked up that no digas because I didn't know what was going on. And then I got down some rabbit hole of subjunctive, and when you're not sure about something, or would like, or I wish something, or whatever. Oh my God. And then I started thinking, like, is everything we've been saying sort of, whenever I say I quiero something, then I have to change how the other verb is like, I'm confused about that.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. So I'm not gonna.
He's not going to join you.
It actually made me feel terrible. It was like, oh my God, now I don't know anything. It's like
everything you guys are hearing from us is correct Spanish. We always speak grammatically correctly, and then we intentionally always not expose you to certain language. And that's one thing we intentionally. And you've been exposed to the subjunctive a little bit. I put one up there yesterday. One day we did quiere que tenga. That que tenga is the subjunctive. It's a rabbit hole. Your brains aren't ready. Your brains aren't ready to mass acquire it. Where Kelsey is now, she's finally acquiring the subjunctive. So it's just hey, let's focus on the basics. You guys are doing great for where you're at.
So digas is not subjunctive. It's just a negative command.
In this context, it is a negative command.
Thank you.
It's also the subjunctive, but that's a rabbit hole.
Dun, dun, dun.
Keep coming to class. Shaylee.
Okay, so that's when you were talking about the subjunctive before. You were saying you shouldn't do that. It doesn't mean you did or didn't do that. It's just saying you shouldn't, or in this case, giving a command, don't do it, is kind of still subjunctive.
If that's what your brain, if that's what makes sense to your brain, then yes, technically it's not a subjunctive here, even though it's the same subjunctive form, the negative command.
Okay, I gotcha. I'll just hold that for later.
Hold it.
Okay, cool.
Shaylee and then Tanya.
Sorry, just really quick. So to be able to say past tense, like he told me, do I use the digas or the dice? Like,
Past tense?
like he told me, like I was
Dijo.
told.
Dijo. Do you see dijo?
Oh,
on my board?
dijo.
Dijo.
Dijo. Okay, thank
Said
you.
is dijo.
I was just gonna say that I'm definitely not at this level, and this is just throwing me off. I don't, it's putting my
Yes.
brain in a place I can't go right at this point.
Yeah, that's going to be the case. So, okay, perfect. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm going to start my clock. We're going to just describe the situation. When my clock goes off, if I don't see the clock go off, you guys stop me. Okay. Okay, Jen, había una chica. La chica se llamaba Ginger. Julia, tú eres Ginger. Muy bien. Y Ginger vivía ¿dónde?
Vivía en Baltimore.
Ginger vivía en Baltimore, correcto, sí. Ginger, ¿dónde vivías tú?
Yo vivía en Baltimore.
Correcto. Tú vivías en Baltimore. Ginger vivía en Baltimore. Carol.
Sí.
¿Quién vivía en Baltimore?
La chica se llama Ginger, vivía en Baltimore.
Es obvio. La chica Ginger vivía en Baltimore, correcto, sí. Y Peter.
Sí.
Joe también vivía en Baltimore.
No, no.
Correcto, no, es ridículo. Joe no vivía en Baltimore. Casi, ¿dónde vivía Joe?
Joe vivía en Hawái.
En Dallas.
Correcto. Joe vivía en Hawái. Joe vive en
Dallas.
Correcto. Casi, Joe vive o vivía en Dallas.
Joe vive en Dallas.
Es obvio. Joe vive en Dallas ahora. ¿Dónde vivía él?
Él vivía en Hawái.
Correcto. Joe vivía en Hawái. Vive en Dallas. Karen.
Sí.
¿Dónde vive Joe ahora?
Joe vive en Dallas ahora.
Obvio. Ahora Joe vive en Dallas. Y Karen, ¿dónde vivía él?
Joe vivía en Hawái.
Correcto. Joe vivía en Hawái. Ahora él vive en Dallas. Ginger o Joe clase vivía en Baltimore.
Ginger vivía en Baltimore.
Correcto. Ginger vivía en Baltimore. Y antes de vivir en Baltimore, Ginger vivía en Hawái, ¿correcto?
No.
Dakota. Correcto.
Vivía en Hawái.
Dakota del Sur.
Oh, antes de vivir en Baltimore, ella vivía en Dakota del Sur. You okay when I say Dakota del Sur?
Sí.
Dakota of the South, Dakota del Sur. Okay, muy bien. Joe. ¿Dónde vives tú ahora?
Yo vivo en Dallas.
Oh, ahora tú vives en Dallas. ¿Y dónde vivías tú antes?
Antes de Dallas, yo vivía en Hawái.
Oh, correcto. Antes de vivir en Dallas, tú vivías en Hawái. Ok. Yo vivía en ¿dónde?
Vivía en Hawái.
Vivía en Hawái y ahora vive en
Dallas.
Dallas, sí, ahora él vive en Dallas, vivía en Hawaii. Y Joe,
Kim has a question.
Kim,
oh, Kim, pregunta.
When Joe dropped the infinitive from that, dropped the verb from antes de, is that something that would be kind of the colloquial way that people would do it if we already knew what we were talking about, or is that you're always supposed to have the verb?
I didn't hear what he said. What did he say?
I think he said antes de Dallas, I lived in Hawaii. And then when you repeated it, you added in antes de vivir in Dallas. And so I wondered if is the vivir, will they not know what we're talking about if we don't say the vivir? Or is it colloquially the vivir can be assumed if you already were talking about it?
It can be assumed. Yep, they're both correct. Yep.
Thanks.
Correcto. Joe vivía en Hawaii antes de vivir en Dallas. Y Ginger,
Sí.
¿tú también vivías en Hawaii antes de Baltimore?
No, antes de Baltimore, yo vivía en Dakota del Sur.
Oh, tú vivías en Dakota del Sur antes de Baltimore. Oh, muy bien. ¿Y te gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur o no te gustaba?
Y me gustaba vivía en South Dakota porque hace frío.
Oh, a ti te gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur, South Dakota, porque hacía frío. A Ginger le gustaba. Vivian, pregunta.
When we say me gustaba, then do we go vivía or vivir?
Vivir. I liked to live. Me gustaba vivía would mean I lived. So that wouldn't make sense. A Ginger le gustaba, Evie, see?
Okay, I have a question. We're saying, and it may be just too early in the story, but we're saying that Ginger vivía in Baltimore, and then we're turning around and saying she vivía in South Dakota. Are we saying vivía in Baltimore because she doesn't live there anymore and we just don't know it yet?
We're talking about two different points in her life. She used to live in Baltimore, but then before Baltimore, she used to live in South Dakota. So just two different points in the past.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
So with the correct, I'm sorry, I was just going to ask, so would the correct thing to say would be Ginger vivía in Baltimore, and then antes de vivir in Baltimore, allí, was it allí vivía in Dakota del Sur?
Yep.
Was that correct?
Anya, fantastico.
Oh,
excelente. Pam, see.
So vivir can be to live, and it can also be living.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Different contexts. Yep. That's what. So I want you guys to hear both of them. Yep. Joe or Ginger vivía en Hawaii.
Joe vivía in
Joe
Hawaii.
vivía in Hawaii.
Correcto. Joe vivía en Hawaii. Ginger vivía en Hawaii?
No, Ginger vivía in Baltimore.
Correcto. Ginger vivía en Baltimore, no vivía en Hawaii. Y antes de vivir en Baltimore, Ginger vivía en Hawaii.
No,
Ginger vivía in
antes de Baltimore, Ginger vivía en Dakota del Sur.
Oh, sí. Antes de vivir en Baltimore, vivía en Dakota del Sur, sí. Ginger.
Sí.
¿Dónde vivías tú antes de Baltimore?
Antes de vivir en Baltimore, Baltimore, yo vivía en South Dakota.
Ah, sí, tú vivías en South Dakota, en Dakota del Sur. ¿Y te gustaba vivir allí o no te gustaba vivir allí?
Sí, me gustaba vivir allí porque hace frío.
¿Te gustaba vivir allí porque hacía frío? Oh, a Ginger, ¿le gustaba o no le gustaba vivir allí? You guys are all answering and you're all muted.
I thought you
Oh, we're
asked
all
Ginger.
supposed to answer?
Ginger le gusta.
Oh, sí, le gustaba. A Ginger le gustaba vivir allí, sí. Y Shelley,
¿Sí?
¿a Ginger le gustaba o no le gustaba vivir allí?
A Ginger le gustaba vivir ahí.
¿En Dakota del Sur le gustaba?
Sí,
Oh.
porque hace frío.
Oh, el frío, le gustaba el frío. Ok, sí. Pam,
Yes. Sí.
pregúntale. Tasha, what does pregúntale mean?
Ask her.
Ask her. No,
Ask
it's
her.
It's a command, right? It's a command. Pregúntale a Ginger si le gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur.
Sí. Ginger, ¿te gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur?
Me gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur porque hacía frío.
Dile gracias. Dile. Kasha, what does dile mean?
Dile.
Dile.
Tell her thank you.
Tell her. Good job. Dile. Tell her.
Gracias.
That's a command. Dile gracias.
Gracias.
Muy bien. Excelente. Sí. Sí, gracias. Ginger, a Ginger le gustaba vivir en Dakota del Sur. Interesante. Shelly, tú tienes una pregunta.
Yeah, sorry. I'm hearing hacías. Is it hacías or is it hace? Or is it the same thing?
No, those two different things. Hace frío, it is cold. Hacía frío, it was cold.
Okay.
You want to see that?
Yes, could you maybe write those? Yes, please.
Gee
So
whiz.
in this situation, would you use hacía because we're talking in the past tense, like with vivía, or does it matter?
Yeah, it's just whatever's natural, right? Oh, she used to live in South Dakota. She liked it because it was cold. Le gustaba porque hacía frío. Just whatever. In English, we mix tenses all the time, and in Spanish, we do too. Okay. I'm trying to find my cursor. What is going on? Un momento. Okay, I'm going to get that up as soon as I can find it again. Okay. Ginger vivía en Baltimore. Antes de vivir en Baltimore, ella vivía en Dakota del Sur. A ella le gustaba vivir ahí porque hacía frío y a Ginger le gustaba el frío. A mí no me gusta el frío. A Ginger sí le gustaba el frío. Joe, ahora él vive en Dallas y antes de Dallas él vivía en Hawai y a Joe le gustaba vivir allí.
A Joe le gustaba.
Le gustaba Hawái.
Gustaba of Hawaii.
Un momento, Marie. Marie.
Me?
Sí. Marie, pregúntale a Joe si le gustaba vivir en Hawái. Es posible que no. Hawái,
Can you say that again?
Pregúntale. ¿Tú comprendes? Pregúntale.
Yeah, ask him. It's a command.
Pregúntale si. You know what si means?
If.
Si le gustaba.
If it was pleasing to him.
Bien. Vivir.
To live.
In Hawaii.
No. Okay, yeah, I get it. When it's lower.
Es posible que no.
Okay, Joe. ¿Te gustaba vivir en Hawái?
Mucho de Hawái.
¿Mucho?
Sí, muchos.
Oh.
Sí, es porque es, ¿cómo se dice? Temprano, no, del temperature.
Temperatura.
Medio.
Clase, ¿cómo se dice? It was nice, it was hot. That's a phrase you've learned.
Hacía
frío.
Hacía
calor.
Hacía calor. So here we go. Hace calor. Shaylee, hace calor means it is hot.
It's hot.
And how do we say it was hot?
Hacía calor.
Calor.
Yes.
There you go. There's both of them. A Joe le gustaba vivir en Hawái porque hacía calor. Excelente. Julia.
Your timer's up.
Sí. Gracias. Muy bien. Mute yourselves. We're gonna have you mute yourself first. Mute yourself and describe the situation. I'm gonna try and get the timer going.
Question. When you're saying I lived, would you say vivió?
Vivía.
Vivía. Thank you.
Okay, that was about a minute. Okay. How was your confidence on describe the situation? Okay, muy bien. Don Rowe, describe la situación.
Okay, hay una chica, la chica se llama Ginger. Ginger vivía en Baltimore, pero antes de vivir en Baltimore, ella vivía en Dakota del Sur. Ella le gustaba vivir en South Dakota o en Dakota del Sur porque hacía frío. Joe vive en Dallas. Antes de vivir en Dallas, Joe vivía en Hawái. Joe le gustaba vivir en Hawái porque, o vivir en Hawái porque hacía calor.
Excelente. Para Dan, fantástico. Lauren, describe la situación.
Ginger vivía en Baltimore, Maryland. I just went blank. Antes de vivir en Baltimore, Ginger vivía en Dakota del Sur. Ginger le gustaba vivir allí porque Ginger le gustaba el frío. Joe vive en Dallas. Antes de vivir en Dallas, Joe vivía en Hawai. Joe le gustaba vivir ahí porque, can I say, well, hacía calor, but can I say he liked the heat, like just el calor? Can I say that?
El calor is the heat.
Okay. And that makes sense, just the heat.
Sí.
Great.
Excelente.
I do have a quick
you-
question.
Sí, pregúntame.
For some reason, I'm getting confused with, we were saying gusto yesterday, and now there's a lot of gustaba. I'm getting confused.
Gusto with an O at the end?
Yes.
So the only time I'm using that is gusto. Can you guys hear my voice go up there? Gusto?
Yes.
What does gusto mean?
Liked.
It's the past, good job, liked, the past tense. But there's two ways to say it. Sometimes it's gusto, and what's the other one that you hear me saying?
Gustaba.
Gustaba. They both mean the same thing.
Okay. Okay,
So,
great.
yep. Muy bien.
Does-
Lauren, excelente para Lauren.
Does one tend to be used more when something is still happening and one when it's over?
Yeah. Gustaba is this background information, or it happened, it's an ongoing event.
Okay.
Gusto, it happened once and it's over. No. Muy bien. Jenny.
Sí.
Describe la situación, but one lie. You're going to try and slip one lie in there, and we're going to try and catch you.
Había una hombre. La hombre.
Lie. Oh, wait.
No.
Maybe she's talking about Joe.
I am. Se llamaba Joe. Joe vivía en Dallas y vivía en Hawái. Joe no le gustaba vivir en Hawái. Joe le dice, no mucho gustaba vivir en Hawái, hacía calor.
That's a lie. He likes to.
That's a lie. He liked it.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Muy bien. We cut the line. Muy bien. Okay, excelente. A Joe, ¿le gustaba clase o no le gustaba vivir en Hawái?
Le gustaba vivir en Hawái.
A Joe le gustaba vivir en Hawái. Sí, es obvio. Sí, Joe, ¿te gustaba vivir en Hawái?
Sí, yo gustaba.
Sí, te gustaba, sí. A Joe le gustaba vivir en Hawái y un día, what did I say? Un día.
One day.
Un día, Peter estaba en Hawái y Peter, clase, ¿cómo se dice? Means how do you say, ¿cómo se dice Peter saw Joe?
Peter, Joe.
Joe?
Some of you are getting it. So ve is sees and vio is saw. Vio. Correcto. Peter estaba en Hawái y Peter vio
Joe.
Peter vio a Joe.
Oh.
Hola, Joe.
Wow.
Hola.
I'm away from home.
Peter vio a Joe o Peter no vio a Joe?
Peter vio a Joe.
Peter vio a Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Why do you put the A in front of Joe? Is it the same? The same.
He's a person. Since he's a person, there has to be an a. So it doesn't translate, but it has to be there.
Right.
Correct.
So you put that in front of Peter and in front of Joe, right? Peter?
No.
No, just in front of Joe.
Just in front of Joe. Peter vio a Joe.
Gotcha.
Peter vio a quién?
Joe.
Joe.
Sí,
Peter vio.
Joe.
Peter vio a Joe. Peter, tú ves, I'm going to switch to the present, it's fine. Peter, tú ves a Joe?
No, yo vio a Joe.
Oh, okay, muy bien. Peter, tú. Class, how would Peter say I saw Joe?
Yo.
Yo ve.
Just vio.
V.
Ah.
And I'm going to ask Peter, did you see Joe? I'm going to say, ¿viste?
Oh.
Peter, ¿tú viste a Joe?
Sí, yo vi Joe en Hawaii.
¿Tú viste a Joe en Hawaii?
Sí.
Oh, excelente. Peter vio a Joe in Hawaii. Oh. Joe, hey Joe.
Okay.
Peter te vio. What did I say to Joe?
Peter saw you.
Saw you?
Peter saw you. Oh, Joe, Peter te vio o no te vio?
Sí, él te vio.
Class, how's he going to say, yeah, Peter saw me?
El me vio.
El me vio?
Me.
Peter
Vio. In Spanish, it's backwards, right? Me, he saw. Me vio. Joe, Peter me vio o te vio?
Me vio.
Peter me vio.
Ah, sí, Peter te vio. Oh, un momento, Peter.
Sí.
¿Tú viste a Joe?
Sí, yo vi a Joe.
Oh, excelente. ¿Tú estabas en Hawái?
Yo estabas en Hawaii, sí.
So yo estaba says I, you are.
Oh, yo estaba.
Yo estaba. Just drop the S.
Yo estaba.
Yo
Is
estaba.
that I was?
Correcto.
Okay. Yo estaba Hawaii.
Sí. Peter, ¿tú estabas o yo estaba en Hawái?
Yo estaba.
Oh, sí, tú estabas.
No, tú estabas.
Oh, yo no estaba en Hawái. Ok, muy bien. Peter, tú estabas en Hawái y tú viste a Joe.
Sí. Correcto.
Gracias.
Correcto.
Peter estaba en Hawái. Peter vio a Joe. Peter. Peter vio a Joe. Peter dijo, Joe.
Joe.
Hola.
Hola, Joe.
Hola, Peter.
Clase, ¿cómo se dice? I see you.
Recuerdo.
Baby.
Yo ve.
Yo ve. Vio.
Te
Te
veo.
veo. Te veo.
Te veo. You, I see. Te veo, te veo. Joe, te veo.
Joe, te veo.
Joe dijo a Peter, Peter.
Peter, igualmente, te veo.
Oh, Peter vio a Joe. Psst, psst. Peter.
Oh.
Y Joe también vio a Peter. Joe, that's your cue.
Well, yo.
There we go.
Te veo.
Te veo.
Sí. Tengo información extra.
Oh.
Joe tiene dos secretos importantes. Joe tenía un secreto importante o tenía dos.
Tenía
dos.
Dos secretos importantes.
Un momento. Hey, Joe, te veo. Joe, yo te veo.
No entiendo, señor.
What did I say to him?
You said, I see you.
I see you. Joe, te veo.
¿Sí?
Sí.
Te veo.
¿Tú tienes dos secretos importantes?
Posiblemente hay uno secreto. Cuando yo veo él es en de las películas de
Joe, no digas tus secretos. Psst, psst. No. Joe tenía dos secretos. Peter.
Sí.
Joe tenía dos secretos.
Sí, es muy importante.
Muy importante, sí.
Yvonne, before we move on to the secrets, can we review what we just talked about?
Correcto.
I'm
Muy
starting
bien.
to get a little bit more information. than I can
Gracias.
remember.
Peter estaba en Hawaii. Peter vio. You guys show me vio.
Vio.
Joe. Peter le dijo, Joe, yo te veo. Joe te veo. Joe también vio a Peter. Y Joe le dijo a Peter, Peter, yo también te veo. Yo tenía dos secretos importantes. Peter piensa que los dos secretos son, ¿comprenden? Son. Are. The secrets are. Los secretos son importantes. Peter.
Sí.
¿Tú piensas que los secretos son importantes o no son importantes?
Yo pienso.
Pienso.
Pienso secretos es importante.
Sí, es obvio, sí.
Sí.
Muy bien. Tanya, how was your comprehension of
That was much better. I was just a little confused on when we're asking Peter and when they're answering. I still get so when Peter answers you right there, when he says pienso, does he need to say pienso que los dos secretos, or can he leave off the que and just say pienso los dos secretos son importantes?
Spanish is weird, you guys. The que has to be there. In English, it doesn't. We don't have to say, I think that the secrets are important. But in Spanish, you have to say, I think that.
Gotcha.
Pienso que. And if you hear it enough, it's going to sound right for your brain. You'll start to use it.
And I don't have to say yo pienso. I can just say pienso, correct? Is that correct?
Correcto. The yo is optional.
Okay, gracias.
Okay. Joe vio a quién, clase?
Peter.
Los secretos son importantes.
Joe vio, show me vio. Vio a Peter. Peter estaba ¿dónde?
In Hawaii.
Sí, Peter estaba en Hawaii. Peter, ¿dónde estabas tú?
Yo estaba en Hawaii.
Correcto, tú estabas en Hawaii. Yo no estaba en Hawaii. Tú sí. Chico, Hawaii. Y Peter, clase, vio.
Peter vio
¿A quién?
Joe. Joe.
Peter vio a Joe. Peter le dijo que.
Hola.
Joe.
Te veo.
Yo.
Te vio, Joe.
Te vio.
Te vio.
Te veo.
Te veo.
Joe, te veo. Hey, Joe. Hola, te veo. Y Joe, Peter, sí, Peter dijo a Joe.
Dijo. Yo dijo, Peter, te veo.
Un momento. Peter, dile a Joe. Joe, te veo.
Yo te veo.
Correcto. Peter le dijo. Gosh, what's the le in le dijo?
Him, said to him.
To him. Peter le dijo, Joe, te veo. Y Joe, clase, que le dijo Joe a Peter.
Te veo también.
Te veo también, Peter. Hey, te veo. Excelente, sí. Joe tenía dos ¿qué?
Secretos.
Importantes.
Oh, secretos importantes. Muy bien, sí. Mute yourselves and describe that part of the story.
Yo.
Okay, muy bien. Show me your confidence of your speech. threes, fours, majority fours, okay. Peter, describe tu situación.
Yo estaba en Hawái. Yo dice, Joe, hola, te vio. Yo dice, Peter, vio. Te vio. Y yo tenía dos secretos. Yo pienso secretos es muy importante.
Excelente, fantástico, Peter, gracias. Muy bien. Vivian, describe la situación.
Peter vio a Joe. Peter dice, te veo a Joe. Joe vio a Peter y dice, te veo también. Yo tiene un secreto, dos secretos muy importantes. Muy importantes, ¿verdad?
Good job.
Sí.
Excelente, Vivian. Aplauso. Muy bien. Pam, pregúntame. O dime.
Can you please say I see veal, and he saw together so I can hear the difference?
I see and he saw?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Here we go. I see is veil. Veil. Yeah, these are close, huh? And then he saw is veal. Veal. How many of you are kind of thrown by those? How many of you are thrown by those? Yeah, those are really close. Veil, I see, veil. He saw, veal. Try say them with me. I see veil. 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 And then saw, veil.
Veal.
Veil. Really short, veil. Right?
It's short because the I is like that weak vowel.
Yeah, it's one
Veal.
sound.
Okay.
The I and the O is one sound. Veil. Veil. Yeah, those are really close. Yeah.
And what about I saw, the VI?
V.
V.
V. V-I-V. Yeah. That happened to me in Portuguese last week. There were two words that were so close, and then my brain slowed me down a lot because I was like, those are too close. Yeah, these are really close. Okay.
So excuse me, is ve, A is just C?
Correcto. V-E, ve.
Is C.
Sees.
Sees. Thank you.
I'm going to sing you guys a song. It's 10 after. I'm going to sing a song. This is my cute little song that came to me today. Inspiration. Peter was going to sing this song, but our class, so I'm going to sing the song because I want to sing my song. And you guys see if you understand me, because we didn't get here in the story, and I'm not going to teach you for another week. But when Peter saw Joe, this is what he did to get him to tell him his secrets. This was his song. He went, secreto, secreto, tú tienes un secreto. Secreto, secreto, necesito un secreto. Secreto, secreto, tú tienes un secreto. Dime tu secreto, por favor. How was your comprehension?
Por favor.
Peter, you got to sing it with me. This is your song.
All right.
Secreto,
secreto. Tú tienes un secreto.
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 Necesito.
Necesito un secreto. Secreto. Tú tienes un secreto.
Dime. What are we saying now? Dime.
Dime, tell me.
Tell me.
I want your secret.
Dime, tell me. Dime tu secreto. Por favor.
Por favor,
You guys all
please.
listen to it, and then we'll all sing it together. I'll sing it twice more, just so you can hear it. Secreto, secreto. Tú tienes un secreto. Secreto, secreto. Necesito un secreto. Secreto, secreto. Tú tienes un secreto. Dime tu secreto, por favor. Secreto, secreto. Tú tienes un secreto. Secreto, secreto.
Necesito un secreto. Secreto, secreto. Tienes un secreto. Dime tu secreto, por favor.
Guys can join with me if you can. Let's try it. If you can't, great. See if we can do it.
Secreto, secreto.
Tú tienes un secreto. Secreto, secreto. Necesito un secreto. Secreto, secreto. Tú tienes un secreto. Dime tu secreto, por favor.
How's your comprehension of my cute little song that just came to me? Excelente. Okay, Peter, go ahead and sing it for us, and I'll help you if you need help. This is your drama.
Oh my God.
Stage.
I would like to know if this works on children.
We need a drink to have this happen.
I tried to put in I lost my chat. This Zoom is, I don't know how, I don't know. I have the song written in the chat so you can see it, but I don't know how to get my chat back.
You can't look at the chat when you share your screen.
Un momento. Gracias. Here I am all frustrated. Un momento. Un momento.
Now you can.
Peter, there's your song.
Hey!
Peter, entertain us. Amigo.
Okay, you guys ready? Secreto, secreto, tú tienes un secreto, 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 necesito un secreto, 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 tú tienes un secreto, dime tu secreto, por favor.
Okay, now you can all see it. Sing along with all of us. We're trying to get Joe to tell us. Here we go, all together now. Secreto,
secreto, secreto, tú tienes un secreto.
Secreto,
Secreto,
necesito un secreto.
secreto,
Secreto,
secreto, tú tienes un secreto. Dime tu secreto,
por favor.
All right, Peter, here we go. Try it again. We're going to see if Joe will actually open up. You got it.
Is Joe still here? Oh, there he is.
Joe's in denial right now. You got it.
Yo vio, tú, secreto, secreto, tú tienes un secreto, 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 necesito un secreto, 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 tú tienes un secreto, dime tu secreto, por favor.
Pero Pedro, no es posible para, como se dice, to keep un secreto.
Oh.
No es posible para ti.
Oh, the plot thickens. Oh,
Yo es mal with secretos.
Pero hay una, ¿cómo se dice? There's a clue, una clue.
Una pista.
Una pista.
Pista.
Is where you saw me was the theater. There in Waikiki was the theater. I remember seeing you there at the theater at Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh.
It was back in 1973.
I was -3 years old.
Well, and there was Obama was there too.
Peter, he didn't miss a beat with that. He's like, I'll just ignore that crucial information. I'm just going to keep going. Look at this guy.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to selectively ignore the fact that you were -3. Hey, let's give Peter a round of applause.
All right, yes, Peter, great.
Peter, that just came to me midday. I'm like, okay, Peter needs a song today.
Hey,
good job.
I'm glad. If you didn't think of it, I probably would have had to. So.
Oh, awesome. Fun class. Had a fun class with you guys. Great.
It was good.
Adios.
I better go though.
Gracias.